After the Sabbath, as the first light of the new week dawned, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to keep vigil at the tomb. Suddenly the earth reeled and rocked under their feet as God's angel came down from heaven, came right up to where they were standing. He rolled back the stone and then sat on it. Shafts of lightning blazed from him. His garment shimmered snow white. The guards at the tomb were scared to death. They were so frightened they couldn't move. The angel spoke to the women. There's nothing to fear here. I know you're looking for Jesus, the one they nailed to the cross. He's not here. He was raised just as he said. Come and look at the place where they placed him. Now, get on your way quickly and tell his disciples. He's risen from the dead. He's going on ahead of you to Galilee. You'll see him there. That is the message. The women, deep in wonder and full of joy, lost no time in leaving the tomb. They ran to tell the disciples. Then Jesus met them, stopping them in their tracks. Good morning, he said. They fell to their knees, embraced his feet and worshipped him. Jesus said, You're holding on to me for dear life. Don't be frightened like that. Go and tell everyone. To go and tell my disciples that they're to go to Galilee, and I will meet them there. What a fantastic story. It's not, I nearly said the ending. This isn't the ending. Well, it's the end of the beginning. And in another sense, it's the beginning of the ending, I suppose, just to make it a logical, thing. Just as I didn't have much to say about the cross on Good Friday, I haven't got much to say about this. It may be my age. The more important something is, the less I have to say about it, because it's like, well, it's obvious. But I don't know whether that's because I've absorbed the story and that joy and that life and that amazing kind of... I just love the first thing Jesus says. He says, well, good morning. It's like, what? Should it be ta-da, or here I am, or look what's happened? It's good morning. Like, what else did you expect? Here I am. Did Jesus himself expect it? There's another question, isn't it? I'm not going to give you a deep theological exposition into that reading. The best way you can understand that reading is to read it here and to read it here and then to live it. I'm going to tell you what I think, though, because you've made the effort to sit on the sofa and look at this. This is a short testimony as to why I still believe. Despite the state of the church with its prejudices and its hypocrisy, why I believe despite the state of the world with its bombing, its murdering, its lack of concern for the environment and the people. Why I believe and have faith that there is more, even though I can prove nothing to you. Because I think I'm quite rational, but I have no proof of an empirical nature. And it links to a series we've been doing in Chelmsley, in Matthew. We've been looking at what are the signs of the kingdom. What are the signs of the kingdom? It links with the talk I did on Palm Sunday, if you follow that episode 1 of this series. I see the signs of God, and I see that they are signs of Easter. Because Easter was the great undoing. What was normal and what was expected and how things went changed. The cynical viewpoint, which I'm well aware of, I have lived it myself. Nothing will ever get better. Well, what did you expect? You can't change anything. What is even the point? We see it all around us, don't we? Easter is two fingers to that. Or to be more polite, Easter looks straight in the eye of hopelessness and despair and fear and that crippling paralysis when you feel it doesn't matter what I do, everything is crap. Easter looks it right in the eye and says, I don't think so. And yes, this is a matter of faith. But the resurrection of Jesus marks the great undoing of all that is bad, all that would corrupt and destroy. And yes, it is a matter of faith, but yes, I believe it because I believe those things are undone. They are in the process still of undoing, but they are undone and they will not win. Because we have seen who wins and what wins. And Easter not only is the great undoing of all that is bad, it is the great redoing, a recreation, a starting again, a new Adam, if you like. In the midst of this current reality, which in many respects hasn't changed much since the time of Jesus, how we treat one another. In the midst of this current reality, Easter says there is hope and there is joy and there is life. Because Jesus is alive. And that is my so what. Jesus is alive, and because of that I have faith. I have hope. I have defiance. And in my stumbling and staggering way, faltering as it often is, I have love and I have grace. And you can too. I'm not selling it because it's free. You don't even have to come to my church and put money in our church account. I don't care. I actually don't care. Because you can have life and love and grace and joy. But a realistic and real one that is rooted in the reality of now, just as the cross is rooted in the reality of what became Easter. The cross is still there, but so is the empty tomb. How? How can I have these things? Touch the screen. Don't do that. Join my church. You don't. Well, you could join the church here. We'd love to see you. How you do it is you absorb the story of Jesus. You live the way of Jesus. You be a sign of the kingdom. That's how. Whether you do that within the religious institution or not, I don't care. Because Jesus is bigger than the religious institution. I'd rather you did, because you could help me then. But it doesn't matter if you absorb Jesus. I love the idea of being a sign of the kingdom, and in the Message Bible, it has a lovely translation in Matthew 11. And for me, this has become my Easter verse. For me, this sums up what Easter is about, even though it's chapter 11 and Easter's chapter 28 in Matthew, you know, but it's all one story. Are you tired and worn out? Are you burned out on religion? Well, says Jesus, come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace, and you'll learn how to live freely and lightly. So there you go. That's my Easter message. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. God bless. Come back next time for part 4, which is a kind of weird footnote to all this. But in the meantime, absorb Jesus. Become a sign of his kingdom. God bless you. See you soon, I hope. Bye now.